What's up, guys? So I'm just going to come on and do another short video to piggyback off the announcement that just happened with Tom Aspinall. Speaking of the heavyweight champion, I want to run down the heavyweight division right now. The top 10 guys, there's not a lot of movement right now, especially with everything going on with Tom, and we're waiting on the announcement for the White House card. Some people are thinking it might be John Jones versus Alex Pereira, or John Jones versus Cyril Gane, or Alex Pereira versus Cyril Gane for a vacant heavyweight title. So, and those two guys, John Jones, who was not even in the rankings because he officially retired, but now he's back. Alex Pereira just vacates his 205-pound title, moving up to heavyweight. He's not ranked. So as of right now, you still have Tom Aspinall as a champion. You have Cyril Gane at number 1, Alexander Volkov at number 2, Sergey Pavlovich at number 3, Curtis Blades at 4, Waldo Cortez Acosta at 5. And then outside of the top 5, you got guys like Spivak, Sergey Spivak at 6, Rizvan Kuniev at 7, Marcin Tybura at 8, the Black Beast, Derek Lewis at 9, and then Ante Delija at 10. So as of right now, the only fights that I've seen that are scheduled in the top 10 are Sergey Pavlovich is going to be taking on Waldo Cortez Acosta in April, I believe. And then you have Curtis Blades, who's taking on Josh Hockett, who's not even ranked in the top 15. They're pushing him. He's going to get Curtis Blades. That's a good matchup. Both guys are wrestlers. Both guys can throw leather. That's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. On the run that Hockett's been on right now, I'll probably give Hockett the, is it Hockett or Hockett? Probably, I think it's Hockett. Hockett's going to, I think I'd give him the nod over Blades. But if he wins, then he's going to inject himself into the top 10 for sure, especially with the big push that the UFC is already giving him right now after those Chael Sonnen type vibe promos he's been cutting after his wins. But, I mean, say they announce John Jones versus Alex Pereira for a vacant heavyweight title. I don't think Pereira beats John Jones. John Jones is the greatest of all time. And he's going to use his size, his wrestling, and his superior skill. He'll run through Alex Pereira, I believe. I mean, I've seen previews of this fight, and they have him opening at a minus 500, which I don't disagree with. I mean, John Jones is the greatest fighter of all time. And now at heavyweight, where he's already had a fight, 2 fights, you know, he's probably feeling comfortable. He dropped his weight down a little bit because he wasn't as heavy when he fought... he wasn't as heavy when he fought Stipe as he was when he fought Cyril Gane. You know, he was bigger, you know, really getting up to the 250s. And then against Stipe, he was around 240, 230. I think he was around there, which I think is like the prime weight for a heavyweight. You know, that was like Cain Velasquez's prime weight was like between 230, 240, you know, because he still has the big gas tank. But then again, you know, they have different builds. You know, Cain was never really a big muscular guy. He just had like that huge motor that he could just go and he never got tired. You know, I think that's a lot of genetics though as well, and just a bulletproof mindset. You know, you just couldn't break Cain Velasquez, and I think that eventually caught up to him later in his career. You know, he was always hurt, always injured, and always just trained through everything, and until his body just was like, yo, we can't do this anymore. We can't continue to compete injured all the time. And I think it eventually caught up to him. But if they do, say they do John Jones, Alex Pereira for a vacant title, they have to put in some type of stipulations. If John Jones wins that vacant title, he has to stay around and defend against Tom. You know, if Tom can come back. And if not, I mean, do we really want to see Cyril Gane, John Jones again? No, I don't. So it has to be either, if Tom comes back, you have to unify the titles because Tom still is the undisputed. If John Jones wins a vacant title against Alex Pereira, which I think he will, if it is made, he has to stick around and unify. That has to be in the stipulations in the contract if he does come back and that fight is announced. Now, if Alex Pereira, for some reason, wins this fight, like a big flying knee when John Jones is shooting in, or a big left hook on a break. You know, if Alex Pereira wins, then of course you do the Tom Aspinall, Alex Pereira unification fight. And Cyril Gane is just going to have to wait. You know, I think in the meantime, you could do if Blades gets past Pavlovich, you could do, or sorry, if Cortez gets past Pavlovich, you do Waldo Cortez Acosta versus Cyril Gane, which would be a good matchup. Both guys inside the top 5. I really like Acosta now. I wasn't really big on him when he first started, but his work rate, man, he's always consistently taking fights, and he's putting on big fights, big finishes, and give him the number 1 guy in Cyril Gane. See how that goes. I think that'd be a good fight. I think it would start with Cyril Gane as the favorite, but I could see Cortez Acosta winning in an upset against Cyril Gane, because that guy can take a shot and he's got big power giving it back. So, and then you have Volkov sitting there. I mean, maybe if Hokit can beat Blades, you give Volkov Hokit, and then, I mean, the 6 through 10, Sergey Spivak just beat number 10 Ante Delija. Derek Lewis just lost to Cortez Acosta. Kunyev just coming off of a win against Jolton Almeida, but he just got cut. So maybe you do Tybura Kunyev, or, yeah, because Tybura Spivak have already fought. I mean, 6 through 10 is just a shit show of ranked number 10s. No disrespect to Derek Lewis. That's my guy. I mean, outside of Derek Lewis, the other 4 guys are shit. You know, you can't badmouth the knockout king in Derek Lewis, man. Houston's own. Shout out Derek Lewis, man. I'll never badmouth Derek Lewis, ever. But that's just kind of the rundown of what heavyweight is right now. It's nothing super exciting. You know, if we get John Jones, Alex Pereira, maybe Josh Hokit can beat Curtis Blades. Maybe we can get Gable Stevenson coming in. I think Gable Stevenson versus, if you're not going to give him a big name right off the bat, I think if they push him, if they want to take it easy on him and like really like ease him into the top 10, give him a Marcin Tybura. That's a perfect fight for him, a winnable fight for him, and a name inside the top 10. And then after that, maybe you give him Alexander Volkov. You know, that'd be a good fight, Alexander Volkov, or you give him the winner of Hokit Blades. That'd be a good fight because Blades and Hokit are both wrestlers. Gable Stevenson, of course, gold medalist wrestler. I mean, give him one of those, or give him Volkov after he gets past like a Tybura, or maybe you just give him Volkov off the bat and see if he can sink or swim. I think he can I know for sure he can out-grapple Volkov, but he's got to get past all the weapons of Volkov. He's a lengthy guy, has a good jab, a good right hand, and he throws those big kicks up the middle. That'd be a good test for him. And we'll find out real fast if he's going to sink or swim at the heavyweight division. I think he gets it done, and if he beats him, maybe you give him that spot or put him in the top 5 at heavyweight. Yeah, there's a lot of moving parts at heavyweight right now because the 2 best guys probably in heavyweight that are coming in are unranked with John Jones and Alex Pereira. But the top 5 is solid. I'm not going to lie. I like Cyril Gane. I like Volkov, Pavlovich, Curtis Blades, Waldo Cortez Acosta. The 6 through 10 are, I mean, shit. They're just lingering right there, man. Lingering. Outside of Derek Lewis, of course. But that's my little breakdown for the heavyweight division, especially with the announcement with Tom Aspinall. So I'm interested to see what the announcement for the White House card is. I don't know what everything that John Jones is, or that Dana White has been saying about not being able to trust John Jones. Maybe it's a little bit far-fetched that is the main event. But, you know, John Jones and him being such a big fan of the president, Donald Trump, I could see that maybe swaying it, and maybe that fight actually gets made. But we all see, and hopefully we'll find out some answers here in about the next hour or so at the UFC press conference. So hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the bell so you get notifications. Never forget and always remember, watch fights, drink pints. See you guys on the next one. Peace.